Beloved friends, welcome to PMC English. Today we are celebrating a special occasion, that is Kartik Poornima. In the existence, in the creation, especially when we see the nature, there are two important days every month we will come across in our daily life. So that is, one is Amavasya, I mean dark night, and the other is Purnima, complete full moon day. India is a blessed land with so many enlightened masters and mystics. What is the connection between the enlightenment and the full moon day? So many enlightened masters have born on this earth on full moon day when we take the various occasions. Today we are celebrating the birthday of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and also there are so many occasions on this auspicious day. So that is the reason why we are discussing on this full moon day. The full moon represents our inner consciousness and also our inner blossoming. When a man becomes enlightened, he will completely filled with light and also with ecstasy and blissfulness. The outer light resembles the inner consciousness. On this day, so many people will kindle the outside lamps, but the real light you have to kindle in your inner self. You cannot remove darkness inside unless until you kindle your own light. That is what the Buddha says, Apadipo Bhava, be a light unto yourself. You have to become a light to yourself. Don't travel in others' light. So, the enlightened masters and mystics are discussing and also they are preaching to kindle your light inside. That is, raising of your consciousness and also attaining the enlightenment so that you can see the full moon in your inner self, not in the outer world. So, the outer world, especially the nature, resembles everything which are going to happen in your inner world. Why? Because the outer world and the inner world are not different, they are the same. The inner world reflects the outer world and the outer world reflects the inner world. They both go together in every human being and also in every man's life. So, this Purnima, this full moon day, it resembles the complete enlightenment. I mean, whenever a man achieves the Nirvana and also when he attains the enlightenment, he will be connected to the divine light and he will be connected to the super consciousness. Whenever inner consciousness raises, and ultimately we will reach the super consciousness. Our inner consciousness and the super consciousness will become one, and that is the state we call the salvation and liberation. So many enlightened masters have born on this day, and some mystics have become enlightened on full moon day, and they have contributed their wisdom to this world. When coming to the Buddha, his whole life, the major incidents in his life have occurred on this full moon day. Buddha had born on the full moon day, and also he had renounced the world on the full moon day itself. At the age of 40, when he had attained the enlightenment at the Bodh Gaya, the auspicious occasion has occurred on this full moon day only. After attaining the enlightenment, he had given his first sermon in Sarnath, Dhammachakra Pravartana, and he had given initiation to the first 5 disciples, they call as Panchavargiya Bhikshu. He had given the Dhamma Diksha on this auspicious full moon day only. So, this day will be called as Dhammachakra Pravartana day. And also, so many enlightened masters had left their body. For example, the main disciples of the Buddha. There are so many disciples to the Buddha, so many bhikkhus are there, but especially the enlightened masters who had attained enlightenment, who had attained Nirvana when the Buddha was alive. Sariputra, Bharadwaja, Mogdgalayana, and also Mahakashyap. Some important disciples are there. While coming to the Mogdgalayana, he had left his body and also attained Parinirvana, Mahaparinirvana on this Kartik Poornima. There are so many occasions are there for this auspicious day. In the nature, there are 2 days, especially the Amavasya and the Purnima. The Amavasya resembles the darkness. So, when a meditator start his sadhana on the day of Amavasya, so if he practice the meditation with a very disciplined way and also with complete awareness and witnessing, within this 15 days, from Amavasya to Purnima, there will be 15 days. So, within this 15 days, he can attain the enlightenment. So, especially these 2 days resembles, you have to travel from darkness to light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. This darkness resembles your ego, ignorance, and also your attachment to the world. And when you travel from the darkness to light, you will become one with the universal consciousness, and also you will attain the nirvanic state. The Buddha says Nirvana is a very blissful state. Everybody should attain it. Everybody should reach that state. So, he had given a very disciplined and systematic way to attain the enlightenment. While coming to the other enlightened masters, some had left his body and some had attained the enlightenment, and some mystics had attained the samadhi experience, and so many have attained different stages of enlightenment on this full moon day only. The full moon day, the full moon, this Purnima, resembles your inner consciousness. When you realize your inner consciousness, when you experience the light within yourself, you will come to know the importance of Purnima. Especially the full moon will give a very positive vibes, and also it will be connected to the divine light, so that it helps the meditator to go in depth of his sadhana while he was meditating on full moon day. So many enlightened masters' energy will work on them, and so many blessings will come. And when you see the nature, it will be very pleasant today. And also when you go and see the oceans near the seashore, you will see the overwhelming joy of that ocean, and the waves will jump to touch the sky, and it is a joyful experience to the sea. So, on this full moon day, each and every creature on this earth, and also each and every occasion in this creation will be connected to the full moon day. So, this full moon represents the self-actualization and also self-realization. In your inner self, there is a light which was very pleasant, not harsh like sunlight. It is very pleasant light, just like a full moon, with cool, pleasant and warmness, lovable and also very blissful. While you are experiencing your inner light, you will get connected to the universal consciousness. So, when you realize the self and when you understand the self, then in the next stage, you will connect it to this whole existence with this nature and with this full moon. Why? Because this physical world, it is the physical body of universal consciousness. Why? Because the universal consciousness, it's a pure energy. It needs a physical form to reflect in the outer world. Without the physical form, it will not get connected to the others. And without this universal consciousness, the physical body is a very dead, and also it's a waste without this consciousness. So, this physical body and the inner self, inner light will go together when we are leading our life on this earth. These both will contribute and they will go with complete harmony and also in a very rhythmic way, the consciousness and the physical body. So, when we lead a very systematic life and when we do the sadhana and come out of all these negativities, then automatically we will come out of this physical body and we will realize our inner consciousness. So, this full moon represents the self, our inner light. When you go in the inner world, you will see a light within you. So, in order to kindle a light at the outside, you need a earthen pot and also oil, and you have to kindle a light by using a fire. You need all those things when you have to lit a lamp in the outer world. But while coming to the inner, without all these things, very naturally and in a very rhythmic way, the light will be kindled in you. Then at that moment, your this very body will become a earthen pot, and also all your senses will become a oil, and also this panchabhutas, I mean 5 elements, will support to that light, and when the universal consciousness will enter in you, your light will be kindled and you will become very luminous. You will become a Buddha and you will come to know the real light within you. This is what the Upanishad says, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, travel from darkness to light. Where is the darkness? If you lit a lamp outside, your inner darkness will not disappear. You have to lit a lamp in your inside so that the inner darkness will disappear. The enlightened masters have preached about this inner darkness and how to remove the darkness and enter into the light. And this is the whole essence of the spirituality, and this is the whole essence of all the mystics and all the Buddhas. So, on this full moon day, it's a very auspicious day to go into the sadhana and also to attain the Nirvana and to enter into the existential truth and also to connect with the divinity, I mean to the godliness. It will helps. This day will helps. Every month we will get the full moon day, and every month we will get the dark day, that is Amavasya. So in the ancient times, the people who are traveling in the spirituality and doing their sadhana, they will use these 2 days and they will complete the circle of their sadhana within this 15 days. They will start from the Amavasya and they will complete their circle on the Purnima. I mean within this 15 days they will become enlightened. In so many ways we are seeing, whether they are traveling in the devotional path or they are traveling in the yogic path or they are traveling in the meditativeness, whatever may be the path, but they have achieved something on this day. So this whole nature and this whole existence is running with 2 objectives. The one is sound and the other is light. And nowadays the scientists are giving so many evidences about the sound and light. So when you see the every object, every human being, every creature on this earth, they have both. They have sound and also they have the consciousness, that is light. Without these 2, the life does not exist. So when you are traveling in the inner, first you will experience the sound. You will listen to the sound, that is soundless sound, what the Buddha calls. It is the sound of space, that is Om Mani Padmeham. It is the jewel everyone is carrying in their inner self. When you go deeper into your inner consciousness, you will listen to that sound. And when you listen to that sound, at next stage, you will enter into the light. This sound and light will ruling the world and ruling the existence. So these are the 2 forms of divinity, the sound and light. Without that, this creation will not exist. This is the truth of ultimate reality, and this is the inner reality. So every meditator should start the sadhana on the Amavasya, I mean from the darkness, and they have to slowly travel into the light within this 15 days and enter into the enlightenment process. So while you are seeing in the nature also, first you will see the complete darkness, then the crescent moon will come. Slowly the moon will grow. Slowly it will grow. Day by day it will grow. And within the complete darkness, slowly the light will come. Actually, darkness will have no existence. Darkness is nothing but it is the absence of light. So maybe the darkness will exist from so many centuries also. If you lit a lamp, a small lamp, the darkness will disappear. It does not have any existence at all. It is the absence of light. Darkness is the absence of light. So within the darkness, slowly the light will come. Darkness is not a darkness. So especially in the night times, when you go into the forest area or some remote areas, you can see And when you get time, you go and observe that. First of all, you feel the complete darkness. You don't know how to walk in the darkness. But if you go step by step, slowly, the darkness disappears and slowly the light will come. You can do experiment on it. Especially when you go in the villages or in the forest areas in the midnights, when there is a complete darkness, or at the time of Amavasya, you can see that, you can experience it, and you have to do the experiment on this. So you can experience that there is no existence for darkness. So when you traveling in the darkness, slowly the darkness will disappear and the light will come. Light is coming out from the darkness. You can experience it. Likewise, in our inner also there was darkness. Why this darkness is there? This darkness is because of our ignorance, ego, extrovertedness, our negativities, and also so many prejudices what the society had given to us from childhood. All this comprising in us as a darkness. So in order to remove the darkness from inside, you have to travel into the light. How you will travel? The meditation is the only way to travel from unreal to real, from darkness to light, and from death to deathlessness. It is the only way. So, when you witness the darkness within you, just to become witness to the darkness within you, then slowly the darkness will disappear and you will come across the light. Then you will enter into the light. And some mystics will say that this is the dark night of the soul. I mean, your inner self will cross the darkness and enter into the light. What is light? Light means wisdom. Darkness means ignorance. So, when you travel from the ignorance to wisdom, you will enter into the light. I mean prajna, that is enlightenment. So, this Poornima, especially this Kartik Poornima, there are two important Poornimas, no, not only two, three important Poornimas are there. One is Vaishakha Poornima, and the second one is Ashada Poornima, and the third one is Kartika Poornima. This Vaishakha Poornima is the birthday of Gautam the Buddha, and also this Ashada Poornima we will celebrate as a Guru Poornima, and this Kartika Poornima is a Dharma Chakra Pravartan day. The Buddha had given a Dhamma Diksha to his first 5 disciples on this auspicious day, and also these Panchavargiya Bhikshus have so many followers, and they are also initiated on this Kartika Poornima into the Dhamma Diksha. While coming to the sadhana, especially this rainy season, winter, and also spring and autumn season is the most comfortable seasons for sadhana. In the Buddhism, so while preaching the dharma to others, the bhikkhus will travel from one place to another from January to up to May or June. After that, they will take rest at one place. I mean in the rainy season for 3 months, in order to continue their sadhana and in order to do their inner journey for that 3 months. And after that, in the winter season, they will do the complete sadhana and they will contribute the wisdom to the others. So, this time is the most important thing, especially the weather is very comfortable, the nature is very pleasant, and also the season is very marvelous and very auspicious to do the sadhana, especially for meditators, in order to travel in the inner journey. So, use the occasion and use the season, enjoy with the nature and be with your inner self and be with your inner consciousness to attain the enlightenment. So, this Purnima resembles the enlightenment. Purnima itself is a symbolic for complete enlightenment. When your inner consciousness will raise to the higher levels, and when you reach this crown center, the 1,000-petaled lotus will blossom and you will enter into the golden yellow color light. Then you will become a Buddha. So, when you see the hair of the Buddha, especially you can see that just like flowers, it will be decorated on his head. So, what does it mean? It resembles the complete wisdom of the Buddha. So, we will say that state was Sahasradala Kamala Vikasam. So, when a 1,000-petaled lotus have blossomed, how beautiful it looks and how much fragrance it will spread to the surroundings. You cannot express in words, you have to experience it. So, likewise, when you become enlightened, you will become beautiful, you will become blossomed, and also you will enter into the universal consciousness. Then you will enter into the godliness and you will be blessed with the divine qualities, I mean Brahma Viharas. Then there is no difference between the you and the universal consciousness. You will become one with the existential truth. This is the ultimate goal of every human being on this earth. So, on this day, celebrate it, meditate, be with awareness, alertness, and also realize your inner light. Not just lighting lamps outside is not sufficient for it. You have to kindle light in inner self. That is the occasion of this Purnima. So, realize it and transform your inner self and also celebrate the occasion with complete wisdom and with complete knowledge, with your inner flowering and with complete blossoming of your inner consciousness. Then you will become a Buddha. The man is born on this earth to become a Buddha. Without attaining it, don't leave this world. You have born here to become like that. Don't compromise for silly reasons and worldly things. Don't compromise for unnecessary things. Realize self, realize your inner self and understand the inner reality and inner wisdom. One day you will attain to that state. It is your destiny. Enlightenment is your birthright. You are born with it. You are not inventing anything new from outside. Already you are there in that state. Just you have to discover it. You have to realize it. Self is already there in you, but you are in the ignorance, you are in the darkness, and you are unable to recognize it. Just realize it. Then your life will become a celebration and then you will become a Buddha. This very body is a temple, and when you kindle a lamp inside you, the light will spread throughout the world, and many people will get inspired by your light, and they will also try to understand their inner self and understand their inner consciousness, and they will try to lead their lamps in their inner. You will become an inspiration for that type of people. So, the human life is very precious. You are born as a human being. Become a perfect human being with love, compassion, and humanity, and attain wisdom in this life only. Become enlightened, become a mystic, and contribute your wisdom in this life before leaving the earth. Don't go with empty hands. So many lives you have gone with the empty hands. You have not achieved nothing in this life. So, in this life, at least in this life, attain to that state and contribute something by being on this earth. You are unique, and you are born as a unique creature on this earth, and you have to attain the wisdom and contribute it to the society at large. This is the ultimate goal of every human being who had born on this earth. So, on this auspicious day, use this day for complete meditativeness and be in sadhana, be alert, be aware, and be consciousness, and dedicate yourself to the universal consciousness and understand it and realize in yourself. Then ultimately you will become very luminous, just like a full moon. In your life, your full moon will rises. Then ultimately it will reach the universal consciousness. So friends, understand this. On this day, be in meditativeness, be in awareness, and become witness to everything. Whatever you are doing, do it with awareness and realize your inner self and become a Buddha. So, while traveling in the Dhammapada, you will understand the occasions, different occasions, how the Buddha had reached that attainment, that is enlightenment. And especially in Buddha's life, the important occasions had occurred on this full moon day only. At last, when he had left his body in the Kushinagar, that occasion was occurred on the full moon day. He had attained the Nirvana on this day only. So, understand the reality, understand the truth, and travel in the path of enlightenment. And you can also say and declare the quotation of the Buddha, that is Apadipo Bhava, be a light unto yourself. This is the goal of every human being. So, with so much of patience, you have listened to me with love and compassion. I bow down to you. Thank you very much.